All right, fantastic. Okay, so tonight's Zoom is, I have been doing Zooms for, gosh, I don't know what, 9, 10 months now, Leah, on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. team Zooms, different topics each week, just depending on what we're doing. But tonight is focused on getting your questions answered about the business. And I know there are a lot of questions about the business. We have a lot of new people that have joined the team. You came on much like myself as someone who just wanted to use the product, just the technology, and then of course fell in love with it immediately and then looked, wow, I've got to tell everybody about this. And so here you are. Now, what do? I'm supposed to be, I guess, earning money and building a business. I don't know. How does this work? But I will let you know that for me personally, I have been in multi-level marketing for 20 years. And so I have been a part of 3 companies. LifeWave is my 3rd company. The last company that I was with them over 11 years. And so I understand compensation very much. I have looked at a lot of compensation plans over the years, and I will just say I've been very successful in multi-level marketing. From the first company that I was with almost 20 years ago now, I made $250,000 my first year in that company. I read the book, The Science of Getting Rich, that we just finished, and they said, read the book and read the book and read the book and don't stop reading the book until you get rich. And I was like, okay, great. I don't even understand what that means. I was a school teacher making $28,000 a year with a master's degree. And I just knew I wanted time freedom and I wanted to be home with my 1 and 3-year-old. So I worked my butt off full-time as a teacher and of course, full-time building my network marketing company at the time with a 1 and a 3-year-old. I don't remember birthdays or Christmas that year, and neither did they. It doesn't really matter. What matters was I was able to quit teaching at the end of that school year and never have been back since. And so have been very successful in staying very much in alignment with my core values and beliefs and learning and growing always, of course, and expanding my awareness and perception, but also very focused on being productive in a business, being very focused on goals and goal setting and my intentions, and also being very open to the way things are brought to me. So you get to know me a little bit more, you'll know I'm very much about alignment is very important, but making sure that I'm not I don't ever want to be a part of something where I'm like, oh, let me just tell you about all these companies and I'm trying this and I'm trying that. And it's okay if you have. I'm just one that I want to know the product works. I want to know the effectiveness, and I want to know the compensation plan works, and I want to know the effectiveness before I tell anybody about it. And so that's why I'm with the 3rd company, LifeWave. And I will tell you, this is the best company. 3 times a charm, right? So we knocked it out of the park here on this one. That is for sure. So I am capable of answering all of your compensation plan questions, and I'm capable of answering any of your business, the basics, ins and outs, and all that kind of stuff too. So if you want to utilize the chat, you can definitely, Leah, you're so funny. You can, when you says go, you do it, and you do it, don't you? You do. You do whatever she says. Just do what she says. I don't know, I think that sometimes works most of the time. But if you have questions, you can type them in the chat. If you want to unmute yourself and ask your question, you can definitely do that too. Just remember, I am not talking any product tonight. So please do not ask me about the technology or about the product or about protocols or any of that. That's Tuesday night, right? And so ask me only business money questions tonight. Fire away. How can we cast a larger net to capture people's attention? Tips. Okay, so cast a larger net to capture their attention. So I'm going to assume you're meaning how can we expose a larger number of people? So you can go live on your Facebook. If you want to utilize your social media or your Instagram, you can go live and you can start talking about very simply what the patch is, how it works, short 5-minute videos, that type of thing. Talk about pain, show how to apply the pain patch. Leah is famous for doing stories. The girl is the queen of stories on Facebook. Stories get a lot of attention, more so than a post. Posts don't typically get anything on Facebook. So if you're looking at social media, posts are pretty small in comparison, especially if you don't have a huge following on Facebook or if you don't know how to work the Facebook system. I don't recommend a brand new person coming out of the gate like, I want to build my business, and then say, okay, learn how to do it on social media. No, I built to the top of this company belly to belly. And when I say belly to belly, I mean, I very specifically kept everything off of Facebook. I did nothing on Facebook for an entire year. It took me 1 year to get to the top of the company. And I did it all by talking to people individually, privately, through text messages, Facebook messages, emails, and meeting with people, getting people together, inviting local people to things that I was doing. So however you want to do that, if you want to do social media, it's totally fine. Go live or do stories. Those are the only two that you're going to do. Am I using any advertising or sales funnels? No, girl, I can't even think. I need to hire somebody just to get through the 5,000 people I have on Facebook that I haven't even had time to contact yet. When I talk about alignment, I am very serious about this, and this may not make sense to a lot of you, but when you are in alignment with your true values and core self, and very centered on your who you are and what you are looking for, and how you be your being yourself, you are a magnet. And so I don't know if you meditate or if you do breath work. I don't know, like Leah said, grounding, right? I don't know what you guys do, but when you are happy, when you are joyous, and when you focus on gratitude and an abundance of all things great from God, that is a magnet that draws other people to you. And so if you set an intention like, all right, I'm going to tell everybody about this, just be ready, because they're all going to come. And that's something, you can go back and watch all of the Science of Getting Rich. I did the entire book over maybe 5-6 weeks, Leah. And it's pushed live in the Millionaire Rockstar page. If you're not in there, we can get you in there, and you can go back and watch all of those. But when you're very much into alignment with who you are and what your core values and beliefs are, and what you want to do to help people, to add value to people, then lead me, show me, guide me. I always say, God, put it in front of me in such a way that I have no way to dispute that this is the divine. And that's how LifeWave came into my life. It was very much a divine thing. And so I don't do advertising or sales funnels. Not saying you can't, you absolutely can, definitely. But I just, like I said, if there were more hours in the day to get through all the people that I haven't even contacted yet, would be fantastic. One day. They're just coming in as they are. I mean, I have almost 10,000 people in my organization, so it's not like there's not people there. They are. It's just me personally with my personal contacts. How do you decide which leg to put people on? So this is a great question. So it depends on where you are in the organization. It depends on what your volume is. I had a Zoom with Elizabeth and Richard earlier, and Elizabeth's on a leg that has a lot of volume that she has been building under her while she was, deciding if she was going to build this business and getting going with things. And so it depends on where you are, and you look at your back office when you log in. And I did these comp plan trainings where I logged in and I showed you your back office. They're all there in the Millionaire page too. Plus they're on my YouTube channel. But you can log in and look and see on the right-hand side, there's a box that says volumes, and you can see what your volume left is and your volume right is. And so if your right is really large in volume, say you've got $3,000 in volume, then you have nothing on your left. Well, then you would add people on your left. Okay, you would want to add people on your left. That's how you cycle. Every time you have 660 on one side and 330 on the other, then you're able to cash out that $50 cycle bonus. And again, you can watch me literally. I click through the back office, Brent's back office, and I show you all of this and what it looks like if you haven't done that yet. Or grab your upline. Obviously, Melissa, I'm your upline. Grab your upline. We can go and do a Zoom, and I can click through your back office with you. But you remember that in order to promote, you have to have a manager on your right and a manager on your left to go to director. So it's very easy to get to manager, right? That's something we do in hours or days. And you get 2 customers on your right that are silver, 2 customers on your left that are silver. And then from there, you want a manager on your right, your manager on your left. Well, sometimes you may not have somebody that comes on board and says, I want to be a manager. I want to go tell the world about this. And that's okay. So then you just keep adding your customers and just keep adding them based on your volume where you need them. And sometimes you may go back and forth, some right, some left. And then someone may, decide, hey, I've got to tell everybody about this. And then they do. And then they decide to become a manager, right? Or they end up becoming a manager through that process. Strategies for which leg? Again, it just depends on where you are in the organization, what your volume looks like. And what are your goals? Do you want to get to manager? If you want to get to manager, you need 2 silvers on your right and 2 silvers on your left. If you want to get to director, you need to add another person on your right that go manager and add another person on your left that goes manager. If you want to get to senior director, you need 2 directors. And that's where I talk about being in alignment with what you want, your values, your beliefs, your goals, your intentions. If you say, I want to be a director, well, then you need 2 managers. Okay, fantastic. I did that in 5 days. You can do that in the next 5 days. You can go you can go director by Sunday, right? All you just need are 2 people that want to go tell their friends and family about this technology. And how do they do that? They invite them to a Zoom. And Zooms are the key to your success. I'm just telling you, Leah, Laura, and I, we started almost 18 months ago. How have we grown? And literally to where we're the fastest growing organization in the whole company. How is that happening? Because we plug into the Zooms and we plug our guests, our potential customers into the Zooms. And that is how we have grown exponentially so quickly, because we use that system. We share with people, we follow up with people, and we invite a lot of people to the Zooms. So that has definitely been huge in our business. I've been in network marketing for 12 years with numerous companies. I've sent hundreds of messages in the 1 month I've been with LifeWave, and no sales. I'm confused. It's the first time I've never had any sales like this. So my question just would obviously be, what is the message that you're sending? So when we send messages to people, we do that in a voice message. And so we say, grab your phone, in a text message or in a messenger, and voice message, right? You just hold it down, you say, hey Julie, I thought of you today. I've come across something that really I think you might be interested in. I would love for you to take a look at it and give me your opinion, your feedback. Would you care to do that for me? You send a message, a voice message, a personal message. So this is not a copy paste, send 5 million messages to people and hope that someone bites to buy your product. This is, hey, I've come across something, or you could even say, hey, what do you know about stem cells? I've come across this technology and it made me think of you, and I would love to get your opinion and feedback on this. A voice message, they're going to respond. 99% of the time, they will listen to that voice message and respond. And if they don't respond from that voice message, say they've listened to it, right? Because you can see they've seen it, then you can just send them a text and say, hey girl, you might be busy. I don't know if you could listen to this now, maybe you're at work, but I'd love to chat with you for a couple minutes. If you don't care, I've come across something that made me think of you. I really think that you would be interested. Do you care to take a look at this new technology and tell me what you think? Or I know how into health and wellness you are. Or I know how into fitness you are. I know how into whatever. Or you could say, you know what? Hey, I see you're struggling. I send people messages all the time. I see they're struggling on Facebook. They're in pain. They're not sleeping. They have no energy. They have, different types of health conditions. And I'll say, hey, I saw your post on Facebook and I just wanted to reach out and share with you. I've got a technology that may be able to benefit you. Would you care to take a look at it and give me your opinion and feedback? And they're always like, yeah, everybody wants to give their opinion and feedback. It's that simple. So it depends on what you're saying. Rule of thumb kind of is 1 out of 10 are going to say yes in the beginning, because you really don't know what you're doing or saying. You're going to get to the point where you're going to get 3 out of 10, right? They pay baseball players millions to bat 300. And then you'll get to the point where you get 5, 6, 7, and 8 out of the 10 that you say something to, because you're making a connection in a voice message is really important. And following up, and remember too, that it takes time for people. Some people are like, yes, out the gate, and others it's 4 to 12 exposures, right? And so you don't know where they're at in that exposure. I was talking to, a lady also earlier, and she had 6 months. It was 6 months before she even was interested in looking at this technology. And so it's okay. Sometimes that happens. I have a couple on here that's doing amazing right now. They were a year, and they never even looked at it. I'm like, it's all right. I follow up every once in a while, send an invite to a Zoom here or there, but you just keep talking to people and keep moving, right? Yeah. So definitely never share the words LifeWave X39. No, I don't do that either. Yes, signs of getting rich. Can anyone who is not a manager yet get in the millionaire page? Yes, everybody can get in the millionaire page. If you're not in there yet, Lori, grab the person that invited you and they can get you invited. Absolutely. Your upline senior director, they're all in there. Is there a way during the week that you cycle that? Is there a way during a week that you cycle? Which side is 660, which is 330? Okay, that can change every week. So it depends, and it depends on what your organization, what leg you're on, right? So no matter what, whether it's the right or the left, whenever there's 660 on one side and 330 on the other, that pays you a $50 cycle bonus. And that can switch from week to week. You may have 4,000 on one leg and 1,000 on the other, and then that may flip flop, and you may have 6,000 on one leg and 2,000 on the other points, right? And so every time there's 660 and 330, it's going to cash out that $50, which is where you see in your cycle bonuses. Now, if you are not a manager, you're not going to earn more than $100 a week in cycles. You won't earn that. It just sits there and it waits for you in the total that's banked until you're a manager. That's why we really focus on helping you get to manager, because once you're a manager, then you can start earning more than $100 a week. That makes sense, right? Yes, you can definitely join a networking group. Absolutely. So I've been a part of chambers in the past. I've been a part of BNIs in the past, women's networking groups, all different types of groups. You can definitely join networking groups. That's great ways to meet people. Best approach to intro the patches to contacts whom you know. Do you have a suggestion of how to approach the subject? Not to sound scripted, of course. Kind of just what I said, right? So people, you know, hey, I thought of you. I love you. I care about you. I've come across something that I think may help you, right? And so you share that very quickly. I come across something I think may help you. We all have an app. If you have not downloaded the LifeWave In Touch app yet, definitely download that, because they're going to come back and go, yeah, what is it? I'm definitely open to take a look at it. And you send them that 3-minute video, right? What is phototherapy? That quick little video that's at the beginning of startx39now.com. You can send them that quick video from your app. It tells you exactly when they viewed it. And if they haven't, it reminds you to remind them. And then also you can, of course, send them startx39now.com. That would be a fantastic link to send them. What's the best way to drip follow up to people whom you've already introduced the patches to share videos with? So I invite them to Zooms. I continuously invite them to Zooms. I have a page called Light Your Way to Wellness. That page is specifically myself, Leah, and Laura. It's health and wellness. It's all types of things, health and wellness. And I invite them to that page as well, because we share different types of things in there, but there's patches sprinkled throughout. So they're getting a holistic view of their health. And this is, you know, Leah and Laura and I, different times we've been live in there. You know, Dr. Stan's been in there. I know, you know, lots of people have shared their personal testimonials in there, Alicia, and things over time, but we also just share information. And so inviting them to Zooms, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday Zooms. We have 6 Zooms per week, every single week, that you can invite your guests to. And so that's how you drip, is to invite them to, you can invite them to your Light Your Way to Wellness page. Elizabeth, Gloria can get you in there and invite your guests there. And then you can also invite them to the Zooms. What's your close after the podcast watched by your prospect? Everybody, I love that. So the close. So the close is real simple. So they've seen the podcast. Hey, I want to check back with you and see what questions you had about the information that was shared tonight. I'm adding value to them, and adding value is not going for the close like this. It's saying, hey, what questions do you have about the information you heard tonight? And they may say, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to listen to all of it. My kids, blah, blah, blah. No problem. I'll send you the recording. You can take a listen to it. Or if you want, I can invite you to the one tomorrow, if that works better for you. So that is what you always want to come back after they've seen a podcast. What questions do they have about the information that you've heard? And then you can also say, hey, if you don't care, I'm going to send you a little bit more information. You know, they did share the website, startx39now.com, but I want to give you a patch summary list. And you can send that to them in PDF. And I'd also like to share with you our health tracker. If you want to go ahead and fill that out, print it off, fill it out, it lets you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in about 15, 20 different categories. And so you can go ahead and do that. It's going to track them out 90 days, of course. So I send them a few simple materials: the patch summary sheet, the health tracker, the startx39now.com site, and then I let them go from there and see what questions they have. So what is, let's see, networking group, what would be our industry? Oh, what would be our industry? So Leah, you're really good at that. My title is Doctor of Integrative Medicine, focusing in regenerative medicine and stem cell technology. But Leah, I know you have a couple different taglines on different places you work with. What do you say?
Well, I just gave myself a promotion. I now call myself a regenerative health specialist.
I like
And
that.
and you know, it says nothing, but it says everything to me. You know, if someone asks me what it is, I just go in, oh my gosh, it's this amazing technology I found with this company. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's my title.
I love it. Regenerative health specialist. Perfect. Perfect. Do we have to be in an auto ship? No, you do not. You can choose, we call it a monthly subscription order. If you have a wholesale pack, you can choose whether or not you are on a monthly subscription order. I will tell you two things. Number one, our technology is set up to be 30 days. So after 30 days, it's gone. And if you don't have it set up ready to come at that 30-day mark, then you will be without it and you're going to regret that. But also, if you are in an organization, obviously you are, and you have points that are accumulating underneath you from other people that have been signed up down that leg, if you're not active, meaning that you don't have at least a 55 BV order, which is literally a supportive patch, a month supply of this is 55 BV. If you're not active every single month with at least that 55 BV, then all the points that have accumulated below you will flush out and they're gone. So why you don't have to do an auto ship or a monthly subscription order. You can place orders as you want, whenever you want. You just need to be aware that you will lose the points that are below you if you're not active. And if you're a manager, it's 110. Is it better to sign one up as a preferred customer if they're not going to sell? I do not have a single preferred customer. I don't like the preferred customer program as it is right now for a lot of reasons. Number one, there's a $20 sign-up fee. Number two, there's a 6-month auto ship. Most people do not want to commit to a 6-month auto ship. And number three, the volume for that preferred customer is very low compared to if they were to purchase with a pack or individually at the wholesale price right after their pack. And so they're revamping it right now. They'll have that hopefully rolled out by the end of this last quarter. But right now, the preferred customer program is very confusing to get signed up to begin with, whether or not you're getting your order now, whether it's coming next month. And so I don't have preferred customers. I was told when I signed up, we don't do preferred customers and we don't do bronze. And so we don't. When you look at our order form shows you retail, $150 for X39 for a month. And then you get the silver, the gold, the platinum, or the diamond pack. And that has worked out fantastic for us. And so we stay very consistent with what works. And that's what works. So we don't do any type of preferred customer. Some people do have preferred customers. I just don't. And I don't teach my team to do that either, but some do. And it's okay if you do. No judgment. It's totally fine. It's your business. You can do it if you want. You have several people who are not on Facebook and therefore can't view a lot of the information that's consistently being shared. Where do you suggest we send these folks? So there are Zooms every single night. And they can see those Zooms every night. They are at 9 p.m. Eastern. They can also be a part of the Telegram channel where all of the recordings are posted. So you can invite them to Telegram if they're not on Facebook. Also, YouTube, LifeWave Health is our YouTube channel. Of course, I have my own YouTube channel, Dr. Stacy, and all my recordings are posted on there as well. But LifeWave Health is a fantastic YouTube channel to make sure they're involved in. So they don't have to be on Facebook. You know, as far as a business goes, if they're involved in this as a business, they don't have to be on Facebook either. They may just miss a few things because Messenger, we do a lot of Messenger. If you're a director above, we have a private chat. Senior director above, we have a private chat. So you would want to be able to have access to that information. I don't have anybody in my leadership that's not on Facebook. Not that you have to be active on your own personal page, right? I have a lot of people that are like, okay, I'm going to reactivate my Facebook just so I can see what's going on. What's your experience offering a sample versus encourage them to order with money back guarantee? So I never talk about the money back guarantee. It's just never words that come out of my mouth. I don't talk about a 30-day money back guarantee because I don't need to try to sell them for something that I'm expecting them to return. That's not my goal. My whole goal with this is to help them to improve the quality of their life. And that takes time. I would never set someone up with the expectation that you're going to get massive results in 30 days or you can get your money back. The clinical studies show 3 to 6 weeks. 3 weeks is just shy of 4 weeks, right? The heart doesn't even start repairing until 6 weeks. So we're not looking at this. That's why our health tracker is vitally important because you're looking at a minimum, right, 90-day program. And of course, you know, if you're in your 50s, 5 months, 60s, 6 months, 70, 7 months, we're looking at longevity. We're looking at regenerating the body. And that takes time. So this is not a medication. This is not a quick fix to make a number look pretty on a piece of paper. And so I don't ever say anything about the 30-day money back guarantee. And I've never had anybody ask me about it either. As far as a sample, I have offered tons of samples. I have sent out lots and lots and lots of samples, of course, over the last year and a half. And a lot of people use them and a lot of people don't. And it's okay. Either way, I understand the law of reciprocity. What you put out, you get back tenfold, and you don't pick where it comes back. And this is a really big thing when I talk about alignment. There is no attachment. So when I send out samples to, let's say, 20 people, I give them each a 5-day supply. I don't expect any of those 20 people to be the 20 people that order from me, that buy, that sign up, that create a wholesale account, or that build a business. I thought of them for a very specific reason. I let them know that, and I let them know I'm going to drop a couple samples in the mail for them, not for them to experience anything. We do not ever set up the expectation that you are to experience something in 5 days. If you do, fantastic. You're in another category for myself, because I didn't experience anything to 3-4 weeks. But the studies show 3 to 6 weeks, and that's what we want to focus on. If you notice something before that, fantastic. This patch is set up for you to try it, to put it on, like to practice getting it in the spot, right? And then be consistent with your water. You guys know that. Nobody drinks the required water a day, except for maybe those of us living in Florida sweating our butts off down here, right? As Steve's drinking more water, we're like, we're drinking water. We're drinking lots of water. You got to stay hydrated, especially when you're outside exercising. But most people don't drink water. And so the patch is just for them to get in the habit of putting it on, drinking the required water, taking it off, and doing it again the next day. That's why you invite them to the Zooms. They can hear from other people, their testimonials, get a bigger picture, understand the science and technology, and decide they want to purchase. You don't have to send them patches. You don't have to mail them samples in the mail. And sometimes people are like, well, I want a sample. Okay, great. Well, you can mail them one, send them one, or give them one. That's fine. Or you can say, you know what, hey, I don't have any extras right now to share. Hop on the Zoom. If it's something you feel like might benefit you, then you can order just like I did. You can say that I didn't get a sample. No one gave me a sample. I had no samples. I literally found out about this technology walking out the door. This man had a case, and he had these in his case at this wellness center. And I was like, oh, what is that? He's like, oh, our stem cell technology. I'm like, oh, great. He shows me his Whoop and all his metrics and his anxiety and stress and his sleep. And I'm like, great. I don't even know you. That's fantastic. And you said stem cell technology. Give me this now. How much is it? He's like, $150. I'm like, done. Here's the cash. And I'm out the door. I didn't even ask a question. Nothing. And my friend April was blowing my phone up the same week wanting to talk to me. I'm like, girl, I'm busy. I'm working for this wellness center, doing this meditation breathwork stuff in his salt room. I don't have time to talk right now. And then boom, I finally get on the phone with her, and she's like, oh my God, let me send you the link. This is going to help your daughter. And I was like, I just bought that. So again, alignment, I had just bought it. And she's like, oh, no, it gets better. David actually will be in town 4 days from now. We're like 15 minutes from your house. And I'm like, and the seas have parted, the earth has stopped, and everything is enter Stacey Holweger into LifeWave right now, pure alignment. And of course, that's what it was, right? And so I started watching videos. The videos are huge. Watch the videos, right? Listen to David on his videos. They're 30 minutes to an hour long max. So much information that can help you guys. And so that's what I would do. If you want to send sample, do. If you don't. But I do not talk about the money back guarantee. Don't even know how to do the customers. All your customers are silvers. Exactly. We don't, because I didn't tell you that, right? Other than health practitioners like chiropractors, massage therapists, what other professionals seem to really good partners and connections? So people are really good partners and connections, right? Leah sold glass, right? For huge high-rise hotels, apartment complexes, buildings, commercial buildings. People are really good people to partner with. So you don't have to be a practitioner. You don't have to be in holistic health at all. You just have to care about other people. And that's really all that matters. But if you're looking at specific type of practitioners, I would look at Reiki masters. I would look at energy healers. I would look at acupuncturists. I would look at herbalist, nutritionist, people that are, just search holistic types of practitioners. If you're looking for those specifically, if you want to make connections with them, you definitely can, right? You can definitely reach out to anybody and everybody. Leah goes into businesses all the time, talking to people that she doesn't even know, cold calling, right?
Veterinarians too.
Veterinarians. Yes. Veterinarians. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Can you invite me to your Facebook? group, Self and Wellness group, Self-Healing with Light. Julie, who invited you to the Zoom? Like, who's your upline senior director? Grab that person and they will be able to invite you, because I don't know if we're friends on Facebook or not. We have to be friends on Facebook. What is the value of giving out samples if many people don't see a result in 5 days? That's a great question. And so when I was introduced to this business, Marcy, who is in our upline, said, we are a gifting organization and we gift people. And I want to gift some of your friends and family members a 5-day supply of patches. And she said, the reason why is because I'm not trying to sell you something. I want to give you something, not for you to experience anything. I just want to give you something for you to be able to, like I said, try it, practice, right? Half the people do notice something in the first 5 days. 50% do, 50% don't. The whole point is what people would call a soft sale. You invite them to the Zoom, you get them on a 3-way call with your upline or a 3-way Zoom with your upline, and you share the science and technology with them, right? And you, not you, but your upline does, but you invite them to the Zoom. They can hear personal testimonials every single night. Different people are sharing their personal testimonials. And so that's the whole point of it, is to expose them in a way of saying, hey, what's your address? I thought of you. I've got something I would love to drop in the mail to you. Have you take a look at it, get your opinion, your feedback, and tell me what you think. You can definitely do that. There is value in it. I did that. Literally, I still mail samples, but in the first 6 months, I mailed a lot of samples. And like I said, I still do, because if, some people are like, hey, I'd like to try it first. I'm like, just so you understand, you're not going to notice anything. I will happily send it to you. I want you to get on this Zoom tonight with me so you can hear more about it. Right. And a lot of people just join without even trying it. The majority of the people do join without trying it because they've got on a Zoom. Again, I can't reiterate it enough. The Zooms are the key to your success. Leah's shaking her head. Yes. The people in network marketing, the people who put the most butts in the seats make the most money. They are the most successful because they have people that show up. So when we used to do in-person events all the time, which of course we still do, but when we did them all the time over the last 20 years before there was Zoom, we had to invite people to hotels, right? Conference centers, and they would show up, and the more people you had in the room, they understood, they got a bigger vision, they got a bigger picture, and they wanted to be a part of it. And so that's why we invite to Zoom. Our Zoom is just focused on the product. We don't focus on the business at all. I've never once talked to one person about this as a business. Never have I went to somebody and said, hey, join me in this business. You're going to make a lot of money. No, this is about how can I help you have a better quality of life, or help you prevent or have more vitality or longevity, like I'm here for, right? And so we definitely talk about the product and invite them to the Zoom so they can hear about the product. That's the key. Best way for a chiropractor to set up their office. Yeah. So as far as any kind of practitioner, they're going to need to buy a pack. And most practitioners go right for the diamond pack because that gets you 19 sleeves of X39, right? 19 for $15.99. Or you can mix and match and get different patches. A lot of chiropractors use Eon and LifeWave as well too, because you can put the LifeWave on and boom, right, pain's gone on the spot. And so they would want to have the patches there for them to be able to share. They need their marketing materials. They need patch summary sheets printed out. They need health trackers printed out. They can use the trifold, the pamphlet that comes with your order. That's a fantastic thing to have to hand out. They would need, business cards or labels, something like that, so someone can have access to their website. Every office is a little different, whether or not they have office managers or assistants, secretaries working in there. And so it may be just the chiropractor, or it may be a team of people working together, but someone would be responsible then. So say, for example, the doctor's busy. He's saying, hey, I recommend, this would really benefit you. We're using this new technology. I'm going to write this down, take this up to Sally up front. And it says X39, Eon, and LifeWave. And Sally's like, okay, great. Sure. I'll go ahead and get those for you. No problem. And here's the cost. And they pay retail, right? Doctors paid wholesale, sells it at retail. And the customers say, okay, great. If this works, I'm going to buy more. Is there a way for me to get a wholesale, account to be able to buy it cheaper? Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll get you set up with that. No big deal. And you've trained Sally on how to set them up with their own wholesale account as a silver or above, depending on how many they're buying for in their family. But they just need the materials. Everybody needs the marketing materials. And the marketing materials are, number one, the health tracker sheet and the patch summary sheet, your order form, right? You've got to have your order form, and then something either with your label, with your name, your email, your phone number, your website, or a business card that you have. So just have your marketing materials. How do you talk to people about joining the business side? I don't. So what happens is I invite them to the Zooms. They're using the technology, or maybe they're not even using the technology, right? But I invite them either in person or to a Zoom. They hear about it, they see it, they're like, okay, I've got to tell everybody about this. This is going to help so many people. They've made a list. They're like, oh my gosh, so-and-so has this problem. So-and-so has this one, 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 this one. And then we go, okay, great. Well, let's talk to them. Do you want to do a Zoom, a private Zoom, and invite all of them to the Zoom? Or would you like to invite them all to the Zoom tomorrow night? And so whatever works best for you. I'm not really for sure who your upline is. But if you grab your upline, I always say senior director, grab your upline director or senior director, and they can help you with that. If you want to talk to somebody about the business, you can absolutely walk up to somebody and say, hey, I've got a great opportunity. I know how into multi-level marketing you are. I know how into earning extra cash on the side, having a plan B always at the, right place, right time. This is definitely a plan B that could turn into your plan A. You can talk to people about that. There's nothing wrong with it. I've just never done it because they come to me immediately and go, I have to tell everybody about this. And they very quickly turn into managers and directors and seniors and beyond, right? Because of plugging into the system. So, and that happens as they go. But if you want to talk to people about the business, then you can say, look, I have come across a once in a lifetime opportunity. We are in a company that is 20 years old. So it is not a new kid on the block. It is 20 years old. We are in 81 countries. This company has 5 corporate offices and 12 distribution centers globally. But yet you're in literally a sweet spot because the company is in massive momentum from the release of the X39 stem cell activation patch. Not only does it work, it's working on a massive scale globally with people, and we're growing exponentially. So this company was very consistent with 35, 50 million in sales a year, every year from the very first year, right? Japan's #1 market, US is #2, Europe is #3. But what's happened here since this has been released the last 3 years, the first year we went from 50 million to 72 million. Last year we went up to 330 million in sales. This year we're on track to be right at $500 million in sales. Whoa, what does that mean? Big B's coming up. You want to be a part of the big B? Then this is where you're at. And people that have been in network marketing that understand growth and trends and being in a company that's not a startup, we're not the new kid on the block. David is an innovator. He is an inventor. And he literally, I love his statement at conference where he said, we are literally innovating, literally the leaders of innovation in the field of network marketing and of the entire world. Every single thing that this company has, David is inventing. So there is not let's buy this, product from here, get this ingredient from here, or this from there, or try to have this. None of that. He's inventing, downloading the ideas from God and growing out and creating things to help humanity have a better quality of life. So if you want to talk about that, you definitely can. I just haven't even had time to do that yet either. I haven't got to that point. I just keep talking to people about the patches, and they love them and they fall in love and they want to tell everybody about it. And again, it's just about alignment for me. So yes, I actually am about halfway through that webinar. It's on the Facebook page. If you're on LifeWave's business page, it's on there. And so you can watch it at any point in time, or you can watch it at 9 p.m. Eastern, whichever works for you. When you give a 5-day sample, do you only X39, Eon, anything else? I only do X39. If I'm with somebody and they're in pain, and like if we're at an event or something, I'm like, oh yeah, sure. I'll put the IceWave on you, X39, Eon. I'll put all that on you right now. But I don't actually give them anything to take with them except for the X39 if I give them a couple days worth. Now, if I'm doing an event and they're like, oh, I may think about buying this. I'm like, well, if you, decide you want to purchase a wholesale pack, I will give you a 5-day supply of what you're purchasing. And they're like, oh, okay, yep, I'll do that right now. Like, okay, great. I'll send you out with 5 days of IceWave and, X39, whatever. That's good. Zoom, Rhonda, check your email, babe. We all got emails from corporate yesterday and today, but you can go to Facebook business page, the LifeWave Facebook business page, and you can see it. It's already in there. It's sitting there live, ready to go, recorded from earlier. Have you ever done an ROI on your business? How many hours and money invested versus your returns? If so, can you share? Oh, that's a great question. An ROI on my business. Well, I spend $110 a month. That is my auto ship. So 110 BV. So probably, let's just say $150 a month. I spend $150 a month. How many hours a week do I work? Well, I don't have any clue, because to me, this is not work. So I enjoy what I'm doing. So I don't really look at this as work. I would have no idea. And it varies from day to day, because I make my schedule around my life, around my family and what we're doing. So I don't really know the exact number of hours, but money invested, patch wise, again, I bought a diamond pack when I signed up. Probably, well, my husband bought a diamond pack. I mean, we bought a couple 20 packs, maybe 2 or 3 20 packs over the last year and a half. 20 packs, 18, what is it, Leah? $1,700 for a 20 pack. Doing different promotions and things like that. We're big on promotions, like we like to do that. But as far as returns, B, how much have you said I would make in the last 18 months? He's gonna have that in his head. Yeah, in the last 18 months being with LifeWave, how much would you say I've made? He said probably around 350, maybe 400,000 in the last 18 months. So ROI is pretty high. Okay, so how do you mean we all get an email from corporate? So when we signed up, we checked the box to receive an email from LifeWave. And so anytime there's something happening, whether it's a promotion like the manager promotion that was just announced, or any type of Zoom that they're doing, anything, then you get an email from corporate. If you did not get the email, then just log in to your account, go to settings, and make sure that you have the box checked to receive emails from them. But if not, you can always go to the Facebook business page. The Facebook business page for LifeWave has all the recordings on there. Plus, all the recordings are always on the YouTube channel too. Can you make individual packets like the practitioner order form and sell them at retail? Can you make individual packets like the practitioner order form? Oh, yeah. So you mean like the practitioner order form where we have protocols. So where you do like the X39 Eon, IceWave, maybe X49, like a protocol like this. This is a protocol that's on there. So you can do this for $2.99. And can you sell them at retail? Yeah, of course you can. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to buy a wholesale and sell at retail, absolutely. Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Dawn. Thank you. Yeah, so Amberly. So alignment, focused on helping people, adding value to people, and making sure that you're very consistent with what you do, whether it's an hour a day or 5 hours a day or 5 hours a week. Be intentional with your time and with what you're doing, and really care about people. Like when I reach out to send someone a message, I'm not copy and pasting just to try to whip out 500 people. I'm sending people messages because I want to connect with them. And when I'm inviting them to the Zooms, then I'm following up and saying, hey, if you didn't get a chance to hop on, I'm happy to share the recording with you. So it's actually because I know it's going to help them whenever that time is for them. It is, right? Has anyone done a donation gift basket for local events? Local business does silent auction. Yes, and I would say this: do a gift certificate that requires them to either meet with you via Zoom or in person. Because when you go and you start putting patches together, that's a lot. That's a lot of money to make up a gift basket, right? You're going to be giving away a lot of stuff. And so your best bet is to offer maybe, even if you want to do like 5 days of X39 Eon IceWave, something like that, or even Nirvana, you could do like a bliss package, right? No pain, sleeping, feeling great. But offer that gift certificate of, let's say, $150 for a consultation. And then of course we can do that together, Melissa. Yeah, good. I'm glad it helps, Cindy. Wonderful. All right, what other questions do you guys have? You can unmute yourself too. I love that you're just typing them in the box, but you can definitely.
I actually typed one in and you must not be seeing it.
Okay, sorry. Go.
That's okay. I've copied and pasted it twice. So back to cycle bonus.
Oh, I thought you were responding to somebody.
Oh, no. That was a question.
Oh, sorry.
You.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's a question for you.
Okay.
Can you read it?
Cycle bonus. So let me go back. Oh gosh, was it to me? And okay, in regards to cycle bonus, sorry, I thought you were responding to
That's
somebody.
okay, girl. No, no, no.
If you have 3,000 BV, 4 cycles in one leg and 1,700 5 cycles in the other, where do you enroll your new silver? It gets me another cycle. Okay. So when I look at cycling, so if I have 3,000 on one leg and 1,700 on the other, and so you want to know where to get your next one from. So then you divide. So if I have 3,000 and I divide 660 by that. So that tells me I have 4.5 cycles there. Okay. And then if I have 1,700 and I divide that by 330, that tells me I have 5.1. So then I would say put that volume where that 3,000 is, because it's half. If it was 1,500, 3,000 would be equal. But if you want to bump that up again to cycle again, you're going to need to put that person on that leg that has the 3,000.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I'm doing that right.
Yeah. Divide the 660 or the 330 into it.
Yeah.
Good question. I'm glad you made me pop back up for that. That may be a little too technical for some of you. That's okay. What other questions do you guys have? Feel free to unmute yourself too. We have 15 more minutes.
Hi, Stacy.
Hi.
It's Rebecca, Eve's
Hi,
friend.
Rebecca.
Hi. I met you in Orlando.
Yeah, with Eve.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I remember you.
Yes. I have just a quick question, and you could just maybe tell me somewhere within the website where my neighbor, her dog she's a 15-year-old golden retriever.
Mm-hmm.
He's the neighborhood OG.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, she just bought a bronze that she wants to try because he has basically it's the ALS form for dogs and arthritis, and he's starting, she's like, if it could just prolong his life for 6 months or to a year.
Mm-hmm.
So she ordered the bronze. And is there a patching protocol within the website
No.
for dogs? No.
There's no patching protocol for dogs at all.
Oh, but there is for horses, right?
Yeah, because we have a lot of people that do a lot with horses and acupuncture with horses, but you can put it on the dog anywhere. It's working systemically.
Okay. Thank you, because I thought maybe there would be a protocol for it because there's for horses, but
Nope.
Anywhere. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're
Right.
welcome. What other questions do you guys have? Lori, you want to unmute? Remember, we're business. It's okay, Rebecca. Business question.
Yeah, I was wondering, do you have any tips on how to organize when you're like communicating with people? Like we're communicating on Facebook. I have my practitioner form where I just fill out information. I keep track of other people's associates down the 4th generation with like just, kind of taking notes so I don't forget who people are. But like, I was just wondering, when you're beginning, because like by the time you're in the space where you are and you're doing what you're doing, you just kind of have people coming and but like, I just don't want to let anybody fall through the cracks, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm a big notebook person. I'm not an Excel spreadsheet person. And so I have maybe 6 or 7 notebooks of people's names in them. I believe there's power to the pen. I know there's power to the pen. And so when you put someone's name on paper, they will eventually end up in your business. You will be able to help them eventually because their name's there, and you follow back up. I like to do the 2-2-2 method. So I'll follow back up 2 days later, 2 weeks later, 2 months later. And after that point, then I check in with people quarterly because things change quarterly. They get divorces, they get married, they have kids, they move, they change jobs, things change every quarter for people. And so staying in touch with them on that quarterly basis, but I have them in notebooks. And I will flip back through. I'll sit down one afternoon and I'll say, okay, I'm going to invite, we've got a big Zoom coming up like later on this month. I've got Dr. Dawn and Dr. Stan that I'm interviewing on our Saturdays, last Saturday of the month Zoom for the doctor's Zoom. And so I'm going to sit down and probably invite 400 or 500 people to that Zoom. I'll go back through every single one of those notebooks over the course of a couple of days, and I'll make sure they all get a personal invite from me. Voice clip, hey, you have got to get on this. You're not going to want to miss what Dr. Stan and Dr. Dawn have to share with you about this technology and how it can potentially help you as well. So that is just my method. Everybody may have their own method, what they want to do, how they want to keep track of people. But my friends, I've always said, you're chaotically organized, Stacy, but it makes sense to me. So, and it always seems to work. And I feel, again, very much like when I say you popped in my head, people pop in my head, right? I think about people, and it may be that I thought about them because I saw them on my memories in Facebook, but you popped in my head right now. I just thought about you, or you popped up in my memories. And so I'll write their name down, and I'll, you know, I have literally, and then I have pieces of paper, like right here. This is my most recent. I tore it out because these are the ones that I most recently have sent patches to, that I have to follow back up with in the next week or two, making sure they get invited again to Zooms, because it's been a couple weeks for them. So whatever works for you. I like notebooks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How often would you recommend following up with someone who has not watched a video or reviewed info? So again, until they're like, you know, I'm 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. And then quarterly after that, unless they're like, no, block me, delete me, then I'm just going to keep following back up with them, because you don't know when the time's right. You don't know when something will shift or change in their life. And so I think it's important to do the 2-2-2. That's just what I've always done. Will a cold pack negatively affect the power of the patch? So, no, cold has nothing to do with it. It's just heat, because it works with our body heat and the temperature outside. How do you decide where to put people if you don't know if they're planning on being a customer or business? So then you would look at your organization, log in, look at the right-hand side where it says volume, see what your total right and your total left is. You want to work on cycling. So given that you're a manager, you've got 2 on your right, 2 on your left. Okay, if you're not a manager yet, then do that. Get 2 silvers on your right, 2 silvers on your left. Make sure you have your gold pack. That's a check. That's done. And then after that, then you can earn up to $1,500 a week in cycling. And so you would look and say, oh, if I've got $12,000 on my right, I'm in a shared leg, and I have $200 on my left, then you know you're going to add all your people to your left side no matter what, because you don't know who's going to turn into a business partner. You have no idea. And so you're just adding based on that volume, right? Looking at that, making sure that you're staying active as a manager. And that may mean you add a third person on your right. If maybe somebody decides they don't want to order again their second month, or what, maybe they ordered a big pack. A lot of times when they, you know, order like a gold pack or a platinum pack, they don't need something again the next month. And so you'd want to make sure you add somebody else there, so you have 2 active silvers on the right, 2 active on the left. I find it hard to just send an invite to someone who pops in my head, just not wanting to sound impersonal. Advice, Judy, getting on Ben at church. Okay. Okay, I don't know what that has to do with it, but then don't do that. If you don't want to say that to people, then don't say that. But here's the thing. So if you're wanting to talk to them about LifeWave, to me, I think it's very awkward if I send someone a message, hey, Sally, we haven't talked in 20 years. How are things going? How are the kids? Oh my gosh, I see your stuff on Facebook. And Sally responds back awkwardly, this is weird. Okay, we haven't talked in 20 years. Why do you give a crap about my kids now all of a sudden? What do you want from me? Right? To me, that's awkward. So if it's not awkward to you, then you can do that. You can start that conversation first and have that chit chat and small talk. That's just not my personality. I'm like, hey, I thought of you. You popped in my head, or I may be going down my friends list A through Z, and you're right here in front of my face. And so you popped in my head. I'm sending you a message going, hey, I thought of you. You popped in my head. I wanted to share something with you. That's just me personally. So if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can create chit chat and conversation and kind of lead into it. But I think a lot of times people feel sold. And that's also why we do patches, because we'll say, hey, I thought of you. What's your address? I want to drop something in the mail to you. Or like Laura. Laura loves to send birthday messages on Facebook every day. There's at least 10 or 15 people that have a birthday, right? And she's like, hey, girl, she sends me a private message and a voice message. Hey, happy birthday. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'd love to send you a little gift. What's your address? I want to pop something in the mail to you. So we're not trying to be like pushy salespeople. We're not trying to like beat around the bush. We're just saying, hey, I thought of you. I want to share something with you. I'd love your opinion. I'd love your feedback. Hop on this Zoom. Tell me what you think. You don't know. How long do we wear the patches? How long do the patches last? And are there any recharging or monthly fees? Okay, so just a reminder, keep you guys, because there's a lot of business questions too. We're not technically talking about patches tonight, but I will answer these questions. So the patches have a 2-year shelf life. There are no recharging or monthly fees for the patches. You order whatever you want or don't. In Las Vegas, what temperature is dangerous to have the patches exposed to? Anything besides your house, do not have it outside. Do you offer training and marketing? Do I offer? I have a YouTube channel, and so I have a Facebook page, and I have literally spent the last 18 months doing videos inside of that Facebook page and also on YouTube that I have as well to talk to you about how to build this business. But as far as like training and marketing, no, I don't have training and marketing. For me personally, this is really simple. And the simplicity of that is that I care about other people and I know the power of this technology. I have researched stem cells for 20 years. I have utilized stem cell technology for 20 years. And so this is the easiest, simplest, most affordable, and most effective thing on this planet. And so knowing that, I have the holy grail of healing right here, this patch, which signals your body to make more of your own stem cells, mobilize those stem cells, reset those stem cells to their young, youthful state. So I know that, right? I know that. And so since I know that, then I know that what am I going to do? I'm going to share this with people, and I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm not going to overcomplicate this. I don't need to understand every single thing on the ins and outs. You do not need to know all this. You need to be really good at inviting people and connecting people with your upline senior director and above, or director and above. Be really good at connecting people, okay? Getting them invited to the Zooms, invited to a private Zoom or a private call with the person that you're working directly with. And you don't need a ton of training and marketing. You will learn this as you go, and you'll learn this by plugging in. So when you come to like Tuesday night Zooms, you hear me say the same thing over and over again, because I've heard David say the same thing over and over again. I listen to David on videos all the time, and I have from day one, and he says the same thing over and over again. So we don't need to try to recreate the wheel. We just need to plug into what we have that works really, really well. And so staying very consistent with that inviting and showing up is going to be super key to your success. Okay. So definitely do that. Can I take Zoom videos you have done and take segments out and use them for others instead of them listening an hour? Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Screen grab, cut, do whatever you need to do. I'm happy for you to use my videos. Absolutely. That's why they're public on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel and on our page on Facebook. What's the page called that you and Lauren Leah post on? It's called Light Your Way to Wellness. And that is a Facebook page that is specifically for wellness. I created that before I even knew about LifeWave, and I've utilized that. So there's lots of stuff in there. There's lots of content about all types of things holistic, all types of things. So it's definitely not a patch, buy my patch. It is all different types of things to help you have a better quality of life. Just like David says, nutrition is your foundation. Detoxification and supplementation are key. So we focus on those core things in that page, and we supplement with the patches as needed based on what's going on with the person. You're very welcome, Dr. Tim. Yay, awesome. What's the script you recite for the disclaimer? Is it in print anywhere? Oh God, I'm sure it is. I don't know. So LifeWave is not intended to treat, cure, or diagnose anything. Of course, if you are on medications or have any concerns about your health before starting anything, check with your practitioner, your doctor. Of course, if you're pregnant or nursing, check with your physician before using any of this product. All this information is just for information. Again, nothing is here to treat, cure, or diagnose. That's really all you got to say. Okay, perfect. So any other questions? I know we have 1 minute left. Anything else? I had to mute all and not let you guys unmute yourself because of the fact that somebody was continuing to unmute themselves. So I'll do a gallery so I can see you guys. Does anybody have any questions? You can raise your hand or flag me down. I like to do, everybody's like, do speaker when you're talking so we can only see you and not the people doing the random stuff in the background. So if you have any questions, if you just want to raise your hand or shout out. Can you talk about LifeWave credit card? Would you use it to keep all your product orders and business expenses on? Okay, so, and there's a couple other ones. Okay, perfect. LifeWave credit card. I don't have a LifeWave credit card. I can't put that kind of money on a credit card. So I don't have a card like that. Leah, do you have a card like that? Do you have a LifeWave card?
I do have a LifeWave commission card.
Okay, you've had one from day one. I have an S Corp, and so I always run my money into my S Corp to save on self-employment taxes. So for me, I never put anything on a card, even from day one. I've never put anything on a card because of the S Corp. What do you do, Leah?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What do you have a LifeWave, like a debit card?
Oh, yes, and I use it for different business expenses as well as personal. It's not all business.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the question was, LifeWave credit card, would you use it to keep all of your product orders and business expenses on it, was the question.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. I don't personally, because we run everything through an accountant. We pay taxes monthly. And so we always have. So everything for us goes to the accountant every single month, and I check off things on my statement that are tax write-offs. But it's a great idea. If you're organized like that and you want to keep track of everything, it's a fantastic idea. Let's see. Okay, you said we can resale. So you can buy it wholesale and sell it retail. Yes, everybody has the ability to have a wholesale account. You all have wholesale accounts, and you can buy wholesale as much as you want and sell at retail. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any other questions? Any other questions? Anything else before we hop off for you guys? Oh, she was questioning, how often do we get paid? Oh, we get paid weekly, girl. We get paid every single Tuesday. All that money gets deposited into your account, and then you can do whatever you want with it, right? But every single Tuesday we get paid. So we start our week on Monday, and that week ends on Sunday at midnight. So whatever you do from Monday to Sunday is what you're going to get paid on. So if you go sign up 5 silvers, you're going to make $250, right? If you go sign up 5 diamonds, you're going to make $2,500. So it's totally up to you. Whatever you do from Monday to Sunday, then you're going to get paid on Tuesday, not the following Tuesday, the Tuesday after that. You know how it's kind of in arrears 1 week. But promotions are the same way. They happen from Monday to Sunday. So wherever you're at right now, if you're not a manager, today's Wednesday, you absolutely have to be a manager by Sunday. Like there's no reason why you can't be a manager by Sunday. It's Wednesday, right? And so we do that in hours or days. So you definitely can be manager by Sunday. If you're already a manager, you can absolutely 100% be a director by Sunday for sure. It's just 2 managers, just to get people on the Zooms. That's how you get there. I swear to you, that's how you get there, is inviting people to the Zooms. You can only buy 1 diamond package. That is correct. Yes, you can. You cannot buy more than 2 diamonds. Once you bought a diamond, then you can purchase a 20 pack if you want just the X39s, or if you go into the store and you can go into maintenance packs, you will see there are X39 maintenance packs, and then there are also supportive patch maintenance packs. And so you can purchase those to where you can still get that diamond pack pricing. Light Your Way to Wellness is a Facebook page. Oh, wonderful, Dr. Jordan. I'm glad this makes sense to you. Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Troy. All right. Good. I'm glad it was helpful. Official Facebook page, that is LifeWave's business page. And their business page is, I was just on it because I was still watching David's video. It's called LifeWave's Business Builders. This is the page I'm on. LifeWave's Business Builders. And so that page is where you can see right now, recorded from earlier, David's video with Jeff. So it's there. Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you guys. I will get this recording uploaded. I only sign silver and up. Yes, I never sign a bronze or a preferred customer or retail. I don't have any retail customers either. Silver and up. That's it.